Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are currently pushing through Republican Italy over here, and it is going very, very well indeed. We're also holding this off over here and building a fallback line over in our Asian front, over, if I can actually select the land ports, over like this. So that's under construction. That'll take a little while yet, and we're just trying to slow down the retreat until we get there. We'll see how that ends up going, but for now, this is not our primary focus. For right now, I want to finish up Italy, and then we can think about potentially doing a cutoff attack. I would love to see a cutoff attack, like, up here. And then just put in a new line over this way. Unfortunately, the major issue there is these mountains. I would like to control these mountains. I'm just thinking about the way that they're actually laid out. I mean, if we were able to land up here and push across here very quickly, that would be amazing. But realistically, these mountains aren't fantastic for a defensive structure. That said, we've also been pushed out of here repeatedly, and I feel like they would respond to that with some tremendous amounts of force, especially when you look at what they've got down here right now. I mean, we've got a lot as well. There's no doubt about that, but we're working on bulking this on up. Okay, so we're going to be continuing to push through Italy, and we expect that to fall very, very shortly. We can integrate Nueva Gran Colombia, but I don't want to. And I did look around in between episodes here, and yeah, we don't have enough manpower or equipment to fill our garrisons, apparently. But we can go to Greater Finland here, and these guys have 1 million manpower. Literally. So we can request garrison support from them. Fantastic. What do they think about that? They're going to give us 750,000 manpower. Okay. So that should give us enough to fill out our garrisons. More than enough to fill out our garrisons, in fact. Now there is Gotland over here, which they're taking heavy attrition in. We should think about taking that over as soon as we're done crushing Italy, I think. Make it so that the American Union doesn't have anything over this way. Their only naval bases would be over here. Now, I would also like to take over Madagascar and these areas of Africa, get those cleaned up. That wouldn't necessarily be a terrible idea. We're not in any real hurry here, of course. It's 1975, so that's pretty obvious. I do expect, as soon as Rome falls here, a capitulation. We'll see how real that is. But that is what I currently expect. We just got a pretty good amount of manpower. Is that because, yeah, our garrison's emptied of our own troops? Okay, that is completely fine. We fully expect that. There is a whole lot of Albanian troops here. And also Free French. The Free French makes a little bit of sense, but the Albanians less so. How are we doing over here? We are actually starting to gain some air superiority over here. Now it takes, I believe, 75% to drop a nuke. Yes, 75%, as expected. Oh, hello, unassigned divisions over here. Now, this guy should really probably... Let's see, we've got 24 here. I think he should be assigned to this division. Or rather, to this army. Okay, there we go. Get that underway. And Rome has not yet fallen, but we're pushing in over here, and it looks like it will fall shortly. Yeah, there's only so long that they can hold this off. So that will be absolutely fine. Wonderful. We do have additional unassigned division up here, and that should absolutely be moved. We could move it here, but I'm actually going to fill out this army. Reason being, we have our fallback line over here being built. What is this? Is this a fallback line? We're going to delete that. This guy should move into the whole army group. There we go. A little awkward there, but got that cleaned up. Fantastic. So we definitely do expect Rome to fall fairly soon, especially if we're able to come in over here and encircle them. They don't have very many reinforcements up here, so that is looking great. Yeah. Italy is definitely in the process of falling here. And that is wonderful. Once Italy falls, we will definitely work to grab Gotland, as well as potentially an invasion of England. I do think that that is important to get rid of their naval capacity over here. Lend-lease of a single rocket interceptor, huh? Okay. Well, this guy can definitely go into the Arabian Coast Guard, and that is here. Excellent. How many do they totally need? 214. Okay, yeah, that's a lot, but I guess it'll do for now. Okay. This guy's currently retreating, but they did get pushed out of Rome, and we're not moving into it. They do have reinforcements on the way in. I don't think that we'll get there in time. But let's go on in here. And it looks like we've forgotten about our offensive line over here. Fair enough. Let's get these guys attacking here, and I want these guys to actually attack here to delay this unit. There we go. Now Rome will definitely fall. Rome fell, and let's see if they capitulate. That's a definite maybe, but it looks like no. We're going to take another victory point right here very shortly. Anyone assigned to this? Come on in. Come on in. Yeah, I know that their organization is not the highest, but that's okay for now. These guys won't necessarily get stack wiped super easily because they do have a naval base here, but that's fine. Swedish operative has been captured. Speaking of which, how is our resistance suppression doing? Let's check our resistance map mode. This is looking much better. This is looking much, much better. Still a little resistance building up over here. And at some point, we might want to deal with that. But how's our compliance? Getting there is the answer. Nice. Okay, I'm feeling much better about that situation. Anzio will fall shortly. These guys have nowhere to retreat to, and thus they will be stack wiped soon enough. We're getting an autosave here, and that does mean that we got a chunk of manpower there. Great. As our compliance comes up, that monthly manpower boost will continue to grow. A victory all of integralist Brazil will remember. Speaking of which, 14 August 1974 was when our next war propaganda was available. So we can run a war propaganda right now. Of course, we're bugged, and so we have to do it via the console. So that is simply political power minus 75. Boom. To pay for it, and then we will do war support of 12. Will this get us up above 0? Probably not. Yep, absolutely not. Okay, so let me note down when our next cooldown is up for that. That is going to be, let's see here, November to December, January, March. So March 3rd. So 3 March of 1976. 1976. Okay. Got that noted down, and let's proceed. So we're stack wiping over here, as expected. And as soon as this falls, which will be very shortly, then they'll all get redirected down over here. Ooh, a nuke going off in Palermo. That is not something we did, but I'm okay with it. There we go. Okay, so everyone that is assigned over here is now... Well, these guys, in fact, are now going to get an offensive line, and that offensive line is honestly going to beat Palermo. Head on in. There we go. They are not attacking. And these guys aren't moving. Oh, game is still paused. I'm a moron. There we go. That's a little bit more like it. So we're going to continue to push in over here, and we do expect Italy to capitulate soon. Or maybe they don't capitulate when they're rebelling like this. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. At any rate, how are things going elsewhere? This is just a full-on stalemate over here. This is what we expect and what we want. This is looking like we're kind of starting to stalemate this, although I think that they are... Oh, they haven't pushed us back to our fallback line yet over here, but they're getting close. That's okay. We will continue to allow them to push as we build our fallback line in the back line. And that'll just be a few more months until some of these are done. Of course, we're not building all of them over here just yet, and in fact, we're closest over here. We should probably prioritize building some of these. So I'm going to move these up to highest priority, starting with this one. Kind of like that, I think. Okay, now we'll build a lot of them simultaneously, but I want to have at least some of them built over here if we get pushed back. So we're going to do that for now. And how is the Naval War looking? Surprisingly good. I'm reasonably comfortable with this right now. This is a bit of an issue if we want to invade the English Channel, but we can simply move these guys up out of the Bay of Biscay into the English Channel, and in fact, I kind of want to do exactly that. They are also in the Iberian coast. I think they're supposed to patrol multiple of these. Hang on. They are in 5 regions. Yeah, so they're just kind of doing this whole thing. That's okay for now, I suppose. Are these guys... They're active in 9 regions. Yeah, we're moving around very, very consistently over here. But eventually we're going to be able to do something over there. How are we doing in the air war down over here? We've lost a little bit of advantage. They had a lot of support planes. It seems like their fighter count is dropping, though. And that is very, very good. How are we doing on our fighter production? 42 per day, cranking out here. And this one is cranking out 9.67 per day. So overall, that's going very well. We are down to only minus 300 units of steel. I really like that. That's great. Okay, so Italy is, of course, getting crushed. And it's only a matter of time until they make their way on in. What are we waiting on here? Just troops to get to the front? I guess so. Just waiting on these troops arriving. Why don't you go ahead and get aggressive? I don't want these guys aggressive, though. Like, yeah, that's these guys over here. Actually, we're winning this? Surely that's not going to remain the case. Okay, this is these guys over here. I don't want them aggressive. I want them to go down to balanced, and that does not change this, right? Correct. These guys are also over here. I want them down to balanced. These guys, I'm going to leave them on aggressive for the moment, and we'll see what happens with the outcome of this battle. It's currently undecided. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. We're going to go down to balanced with them as well. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, look at that. Their plane count is shifting all over the place constantly. But I feel like overall their plane count is dropping. So that's great. Our plane count is remaining roughly the same. We've pocketed these guys. And we're going to have absolutely no problem taking this. Let's just send everybody in. They don't want to all go in, but okay, that's fine. We'll just stack wipe these guys and continue pushing on in. There we go. Stack wipe complete. Wonderful. How are things going on our Asian front? I think that we're still getting pushed back there, although the force comparison is currently roughly equal, and it has felt like a bit of a stalemate over here, hasn't it? I'm mostly using this as a metric, a stability metric, to determine whether we're getting pushed back or not, because I have a hard time noticing the shifts in this particular front. But it looks like we're holding fairly steady for right now. I'm very happy about that. We will continue building these forts as a fallback line. just in case. But we have been netting a lot of manpower recently. So that's very, very good. Let's see. This is... we have one of our infantry divisions good to go over here. I would like to move that into one of these armies. Honestly, this one. And we're going to move this garrison division back into the South American Coast Guard. And then we've got this Spanish division over here, and I think that that one should... Let me see. We need to select the theater over here. This one should definitely move into this army. Okay. Off it goes. So we're continuing to press in on Italy over here. There's very little that it has left, in all honesty. We have another unassigned division over here. This is 2 more Brazilian infantry divisions, and we're going to assign them here, and we're going to pull these 2 garrison units over into our Coast Guard. Excellent. Oh, we have another one as well. So we're going to pop them in over here, and our garrison... We don't have any additional garrison units. We can pull a foreign unit out of here, and that's what we'll do. So this army, what is this actual composition? Okay, it could definitely use more tanks, and we're going to work on that balance as we recruit more, but it'll take some time. That is completely okay. We have a nice stalemate going on here, and I'm very happy to see that. 3% base war support. And how are we doing on our air war? It's continuing to be roughly the same, just fluctuating back and forth. Neither of us can really get a huge advantage in this air war. But again, I expect the attrition here to play in our favor. The Central African Unitary State wants to join our faction. Who is this? These guys. Sure. We'll bring them in, and we'll also call them to arms. They will not accept? What? Huh. I guess they won't accept. We'll guarantee their independence. I've never seen them not willing to join before in this game. Or rather, in this playthrough. That's interesting. And it looks like they will never be willing to join. Huh. Fascinating. Well, there goes Republican Italy. Fantastic. And what do they have left over here? Nothing. All of this is completely under our control. Fantastic. So that, of course, means that these 2 units now need something to do. We're going to send one of them over to begin a naval invasion of Gotland from here. Like that. And then we're going to send the other... That is 70 American divisions in England. Okay, this isn't all American divisions. This looks distinctly like they're planning an invasion. But we'll have these guys up in this area. And for now, we'll plan an invasion of, like, over here. This isn't... I don't believe that this is actually going to be effective. I don't even believe that we're even going to launch this invasion. I just want them in this area to respond to a potential invasion over here. Look at how unmanned this coast is. And that's to be expected, in all honesty. This does mean that we should probably get a stronger naval presence in the English Channel. I mean, this is something that we should do anyway. Iberian Coast, Bay of Biscay, English Channel, and Eastern North Sea. If we can control all of that, I feel like this control will come with, and that will get us a lot of route efficiency on this transport route. So, to that end, I want to select some of these guys, and we're going to remove regions from that fleet. And we're going to tell them, simply come patrol. This is an awkward fleet here. Awkward indeed. I'm going to add in our other ship types. And this would be the battleship, I believe. Bump that to 20, like we have been. This is not a great fleet, but it's an easy one to make. And so we'll do something like that. And we will tell them simply patrol English Channel for right now. What do we have in our reserve fleet? Okay, so these should all be dispatched over to that fleet. So these guys are active in 9 regions right now. We're going to tell them to stop. We do actually need them in the African coast. So we will go patrol the African coast. Okay. Now then, we are going to need some naval supremacy in the lower Baltic Sea for now, for the time being. And we're going to need to pull some of our ships. Maybe even split our fleets. There's another option. We can do like this and have these guys create a fleet. And their job would be to do Iberian coast. Like that. We need 2 additional fleets to make this happen. So let's see what these guys are doing. Active in regions 5, docked in Leningrad. Interesting. These 5. Okay. So we're going to have them just hit the North Sea for right now. Yeah, there will probably be ships behind us at the time being, or for the time being, rather. But that's okay. Okay, what else do we have? These guys. Where are they? Docked in northeast Siberia. That would be these guys up here. Okay. They're not actually being told to do anything. They're heavy cruisers. And we're going to remove their regions, which were up here. And we're going to actually have them come over to the Bay of Biscay, and they're going to patrol there. They're going to take a while to get there. There's no doubt about that. We will add in our submarines. We will add in our destroyers and our battleships. And we'll do something kind of like this. Let's just go through all of these fleets and make sure they're properly set up. Not all of them are. So we'll need battleships. We're not running carriers at all, for the record. Not right now, anyway. And we're just going to bring these up to be around here. Okay. More war support. That's always nice. What are these guys doing? So this is a light cruiser hull. And we're going to remove its orders. Its orders were the Demera plane. Okay, so that is fine. We will go ahead and have it resume that. And we will work on filling that out. I mean, our ship construction is proceeding, for sure. We shouldn't have light cruisers in this. Get rid of that. We'll need destroyers, and we will need submarines. And we'll bump this to 20, 20, 20, 20. Not like this is efficient. I think that light cruiser will automatically be removed in a little bit. I hope. And then we'll move these guys into a new fleet. There we go. I just want the single task force for right now. We can combine them into fleets a little bit later on. Okay, this one is going to need a little bit of work. We're going to need battleships. We're going to need... that's a victory all of integralist Brazil will remember. We will need submarines in here as well, and we'll take that up to 21. A devastating loss for us all. Okay. Like that. Oh, and we should make sure that they have those turned on as well. Just checking. Yeah, that seems to be fine for now. Fantastic. We're going to need battleships in this. Light cruisers, huh? Okay. Maybe it is light cruisers that we're supposed to have. I should probably check that. I can't actually remember. It's been a while since we've done anything major with our naval front. Let's see here. This says just cruisers. I don't know. Maybe it counts as both? Sure, I'll take your Lend-Lease. Oh, now they want to join. Okay. We accept. Okay. So let's just continue going through these for now, making sure that they're... Ooh, that's a lot of destroyers. We don't need this many destroyers, I can tell you that. And we're also going to do that. There we go. We'll use light cruisers, just in case I was wrong. And submarines. There we go. 20, 20, 20. Okay. It'll be a long time before those fill out. No doubt about that one. But they will also be reasonably powerful fleets. We'll put in battleships and light cruisers and destroyers. And once again, we will do... That's unfortunate. Once again, we will do 20 in these. Fantastic. And here we're going to need... We do have heavy cruisers in there. We're going to need battleships and 20 of those. And we're just working on pumping out the ships as quickly as we can, but we're not hugely focused on that, in all honesty. There's a lot of manpower that's involved in that. Battleships, that'll do. And that's slightly awkward. Okay. There we go. So we'll see how that plays out. This is actually going quite well over here. Surprisingly so. To the point where they don't have the supremacy to invade anymore over here. We do. So that's the thing. Now we don't have the supremacy to invade over here. So I'm actually going to have these guys also patrol, for right now, these regions. There we go. Now, it's not going to be the most efficient, but we'll just work on that for the time being. Excellent. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to continue working on consolidating our various locations. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.